when I am connected to my creativity, when I am connected to what my heart, mind, body, and soul needs, I feel myself awakening my wild feminine. And when I say wild feminine, it's very much like the part of me that is deeply intuitive, takes action, does not care what anybody thinks, is deeply embodied in my body, is very much like not seeking approval, not seeking validation, not seeking any kind of external anything really, and is just fully rooted in just like, this is who I am, this is what I'm here to do, and this is how I'm gonna do it. I think there's this connection between remothering ourselves and awakening our wild feminine, because remothering myself looks like deeply validating my intuition. It looks like deeply loving my body. It looks like really feeling like I'm so sexy. I'm allowed to feel pleasure in my body. I'm allowed to also just be a woman that the patriarchy does not approve of. That is an aspect of remothering, and so that slowly and gradually awakens my wild feminine intuition, because I'm just like, oh wow, like I get to be guided by my intuition. I don't have to follow certain societal rules or expectations. The ultimate goal of remothering, awakening the wild feminine, coming home to myself ultimately is to create a beautiful life for myself that I feel like is aligned with my soul, with what my soul is here to do. And my soul is here to feel, practice, and embody joy, and to embody harmony. That's something that I know deeply about myself. When we force ourselves into these rigid routines that are self-discipline, and it's seemingly for something good, right? Seemingly it's for wellness or for my art or for, whatever, my job search. But the way it feels in my body feels very cruel and oppressive, because it's like I'm either gonna do this thing consistently, and when I don't do it, I feel like I have to punish myself, or just feeling like I'm a little mean to myself, right? Like, oh man, I didn't get to do that thing that I was supposed to do today, and blah, blah, blah. And maybe other people have a different relationship with self-discipline, I don't know. But for me, it always ends up being this loop of some kind of self-violence. And I've tried many different forms of it, many different writing down lists and routines and this and that. It doesn't work for me. So what does work for me is gentle remothering myself. I've been going to physical therapy since I got to Turkey for my neck. I've been dealing with a lot of neck pain. And after physical therapy, like, I'll feel really tired and exhausted. And those days, it's like, I just can't be as productive. So a remothering might look like, hi baby, like, I'm so proud of you for going to your physical therapy and taking care of your body. So maybe today we don't write for 2 hours. Maybe today, you make yourself a nourishing meal and just write for 20 minutes and see how that feels for you. Can you feel how different that feels in the body to be like, I'm doing a 75 hard and I'm gonna write for 2 hours every single day, and that's what it means to be a writer and blah, 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 versus being like, I acknowledge that I have had a very traumatizing childhood. Didn't we all? And I acknowledge that remothering myself is a gift I get to give to myself and my inner child. And while pursuing my art, while pursuing my writing, my creativity, my music, whatever it is, I am making this conscious decision to not treat myself the way that my abusers have treated me in the past. Another part of my critique with self-discipline is that it is inherently linked with our current societal cultural obsession with self-improvement. And self-improvement has very interestingly and weirdly become an extension of capitalism and hyper-individualism. I see these posts online that's like, you need to disappear for 3 months and self-isolate and, work out and meditate and come back into society. And I'm just like, that is not how healing works at all. We human beings will never heal in isolation. It is a hard to swallow pill, but we do need each other, and there's no improvement or progress or elevation without community. In my mind, when I've been making this shift from self-discipline to self-mothering, I feel like I've also been prioritizing community more over self-isolation. In addition to this, remothering myself from a spiritual and energetic perspective actually propels me into a higher timeline, because I'm aligning with the frequency of unconditional love towards myself. And I took note that says, when my body is well nourished, hydrated, rested, exercised, when my heart is nourished in deep remembrance of God's love, the trees agree. When my spirit is nourished through connection with Source, from that space of nourishment and wholeness, I create a motherly space for myself in which aligned action will happen organically. And that is the key. I am moving with the rhythm of my body's needs and my intuition. What ends up happening is I end up organically, naturally taking the steps, the productive steps towards my goals. It happens naturally. It happens without force. If I have a dream, if my heart has a desire, I'm gonna make it there anyway. Like, there's no timeline in which I'm not an artist. I just am an artist. It's all over my birth chart. But it's just the way in which I am embodying that purpose, right? It's the way in which I'm showing up for that purpose. There's just multiple timelines in which that can happen. When I allow that aligned action to happen organically without me needing to go into a state of burnout and forcing myself, that is what true healing feels like to me. And when we are in that state and vibration of remothering the self, in collaboration with Divine Mother, in collaboration with Mother Earth, in collaboration with Great Spirit, we allow ourselves to step into our most organic timeline, our highest and most organic timeline that is also aligned with the divine pace and timeline of the earth and of New Earth, right? Of New Earth, that is this frequency of an earth that is just and peaceful and loving and restoring. And it's just this really beautiful feeling happens when we continuously show up to remother ourselves with this sense of like, you can do this, you got this, you're capable of this. I see your power, I see your light, I see your divinity, I see how much of an impact that you have and that you can have. So this constantly seeing yourself being mirrored by the Divine Mother, and there's just no space for scarcity anymore. There's no space for rushing anymore. There's no space for burnout, because those things are just like in direct opposition with each other, right? And of course, sometimes you might feel rushed, right? Like if you're on a deadline for something, if you're rushing for something, you might feel rushed. But I just feel like when you're continuously practicing sacred work, your body starts to, I feel like, just responds to urgency in a different way, in a less dysregulated way. I do want to say, the goddesses, Divine Mother, Mother Earth want to work with you. Please call on support. That is the constant message that I've been getting, is please call on support. Divine Earth Mother, Divine Goddesses, Great Mother, Great Grandmother, please show me how to show up for myself in unconditional love. Show me how to show up for my work. Show me what I need to do today. Show me what I need to know today. Ask for guidance. You are going to be guided. I promise. This is universal law, is when you ask for divine guidance, you are going to receive it. This is a promise. This is God's promise. Okay, so let me play you my song, which why is this terrifying? Hi, bee friend. Hi, baby. Aw. Do you think I'm a flower? So, okay, I'm going to play you my song. Love this song. I just want to say I'm obsessed with this song that I made. And I think it was either Tyler or someone who said that you have to really be your biggest fan, and I was just like, I am very much my biggest fan. Here we go. Shout out to Jason who produced this.
I just let it flow. 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 I found myself in a broken place. I didn't judge, I didn't fix. It's not a race. I just let it flow.
I love this song. I'm obsessed with this song. Shout out to Jason, because he's the one playing the instruments, and like we basically like made it together.
I just let it flow. I just let it flow.
This is like a little part, a little transition part that I don't know if I actually did it in a way that I envisioned it, but I still love it, so it's fine. Wait for the beat drop.
I just let it flow. I just let it flow. I just let it flow.
Oh my god.
I just let it flow.
Okay, there's a second. Okay, let me pause this real quick. There's a second part to my song that I'm gonna share in my next video, just because I wanna maybe save that for another time. But thank you so much for listening. I'm actually so happy right now. It's just really important to me to connect with my musical self, because my very conservative family told me that I wasn't allowed to sing when I was young, when I really wanted to. And so this is just my way of healing my inner child and reconnecting to my joy and reconnecting to my soul and my creativity. And so I'm just so excited to be sharing this with people. And I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to be messy. I want it to be whatever it is. And so that is all. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
I just let it flow.